Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going into our last war of the season. This was last week, and we got matched up with the Omniverse, Omni. And there's a lot of guys in there that you might know from YouTube. And we had already secured our spot in Platinum 1 pretty much as long as we cleared the map. We were still going to finish within Platinum 1, and it did look like we had the chance to kick Omni out of Platinum 1. At least we thought we could. And so we didn't want to give them an easy ride by any means. So we're going in. This first node, it's got Vision Aarkus. So I go in with an intercept, hoping that I would not get parried, and I would immediately nullify his power gain, his armor up, and the regen from the Vigorous Assault. Trigger Indestructible there. I'm just trying to get a special. I eat the end of a special 2. Not exactly what I wanted. It did remove Indestructible. And so here I'm just going with a special 2. I did put on Mystic boosters. And my my buff nullifier didn't get applied. It got tenacity. That one also got tenacity, and it didn't kill him. So the buff immunity, buff immunity failed twice. And I was hoping that would. It did remove the. I think I removed permanently, or I nullified off the arc overload. No, it's still gonna come back around. And it third time it got popped. Man, I got hit by an L3, and that hurt. If I wasn't boosted, definitely would have died. It was not a good start. We did have the mags pre-fight, and here I got my buddy Doomslug tagging along with me. And that was just to make sure that I could stun Vision Aarkus, and also we're applying it to this Killmonger fight. And looking back, I put a couple of health pots in. I should have put one more, and you're gonna find out why. This Killmonger is a stubborn. And as you know, as of today, or as of this last week, there is no more stubborn in Alliance War, which is pretty awesome. You can see, like, on those parry stuns, they're passive. He won't get the power gain, but man, it pushes you back like a ton. And I don't know. I couldn't ever get into a good rhythm on this fight. I'm trying to wait out the reverb on that, and then I go and I should have thrown an L2 beforehand. We trigger reverb at the very end. I get a little bit of healing, but you can see that, like, 400 damage per tick on the reverb. I was trying to manage his power when that reverb would come back around to where he would be at very, very minimal power. Boom. So now he just threw an L2. So next time I hit him, he's gonna reverb. And then I don't know, it just wasn't working out as well as I would have hoped. I'm trying to block those L2s so they don't trigger the destructible from stubborn. He does have the destructibles from his L2s, because I can't armor break him. And man, it just seems that, like, I could never get enough power back from my Mystic boost and hit him with an L2 when he was at low power. It just didn't seem to line up, and really was ticking me off. There I did throw a random heavy. It wasn't random. I was trying to get him above a bar of power and stuff to where I could manage the reverb, but it just that kind of worked out. But, like, look, right when I get back to L2, it's reverb time, and man, I'm just like, crap. Okay, he throws the L1. I trigger Indestructible, which is fine. I think I could have played around it a little bit better had I not tried to remove stubborn at some point and then save the L2, because if he has stubborn on, he can't reflect back any damage on you on the reverb. I hit him with an L3, and I'm like, man, I got no health left. I was gonna see if I could try to get back to an L2 with here we got Stubborn going. We knock it off, but I need to wait out this. And can we? Yes, just enough. We get a heal, but it's so tiny, only 10%. And I'm like, crap, come on, man. Just let me kill this dude and get some decent heal. And this is a max sig 200 Killmonger. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this. We hit him with an L2, and just the L2 timing, it's so dang long, and I trigger reverb. He's got high power, and I'm like, I don't know how many parries he can do. I throw an L1, and it just reflects back and kills me. I was so mad. So we go back in. We put some more heals into her, and yeah, we do throw on a regen boost as well. And we're just gonna try to finish this guy off. I just need a little bit more health, and it was totally my fault because I should have healed up. I should have put one more health pot, and it probably would have been plenty. My buddy moves up again. I'm like, hey, let me move up to next so I can use some energy. We're going in on the Silver Surfer and going with Thing. You know, it's kind of disappointing. The current season, we don't have any more link nodes. I love taking this one link noded with the middle one, where it has the Power Focus 1. It's not on there anymore, which is unfortunate. But for this fight, no problem. I can't get armor broke on his L1s. You'll notice, like, towards the middle of this fight, he's going to start throwing some L1s, and he's going to be getting extra power gain and whatnot, and it's gonna have me like wait out a bit some of his power bars and whatnot, because right now he's got 2 power gains, and he is gaining more power than normal with that Power Focus 1. Like I think he's about to get up to an L2, and I probably should have just pushed him over to an L2. But here now he throws another L1, and he gets the power gain back. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, the Fury buff would have been ideal for him to get. But when you're just kind of smashing, it's maybe a little bit more trickier than I had maybe anticipated to get him the right buffs. But so he gets the Furies, which is fine, but getting that new buff, it refreshes everything. So he's got the power gains again. He doesn't have the armor. That armor is just from the node. He gets the vigilance buff. So like if he hits you right now, the energy damage would be pretty significant. Granted, I do have, some good rock stacks, trigger the protection on every hit. Now he's at 60 plus Furies. Like, this guy is hitting like a tank, and the protection of Thing is just doing its thing, being awesome. So I had kind of waited out, but for those buffs and stuff to fall off, man, he just keeps getting the power gains, and he refreshes that all with a Fury. And it just means that he's got more power after L1, which normally I'm not ever having to deal or push anybody to L2 and whatnot. But yeah, we're about to kill this guy. I'm trying to let these buffs fall off. Block some of that. I took, one hit this fight so far, but I'm only at 94%. He's almost at max Fury, 97, 98, 99. That's as most that they'll get. And we finished this guy off. I don't know why I didn't throw a special 3. Could have thrown it a few health percentages away, but yeah, we get hit once, barely any health loss, and we take down that Silver Surfer. Next up, we got a Domino, and man, I really hate Domino. This is a 6-star. Was it a rank 3? This is on Power Snack. I'm trying to think. No, it's only a rank 2 SIG 20, which is much better than a rank 5 SIG 200. I'd rather face a 6-star low SIG than a max SIG 5-star, to be honest, just because the crit fail damage is so frequent, so often, such a pain in the butt. But here, this has got Power Snack, Node 22 mini boss. It's got backup recovery, and my whole game plan is to block a lot towards the beginning, do a lot of parries, try to build up my rock stacks and build up my furies. Again, crit failed a few times. I haven't built up hardly any furies yet, but they'll get there. I fire off an L2. We convert a bunch of those rock stacks over into furies, and then basically just need to keep an eye out on her power, and when she's around 50%. When she's around 50%, I just got to be really careful to make sure she's low power so the backup recovery doesn't push her to L3. I prefer to push her dominoes to L2 just because you don't have to dex anything. You can just get out of range so long as you're not over in the corner. And less dexing, less anything ability-wise that you can do, the less chance you have to get crit failed and take that damage. So we're getting close. We got 47 furies. We can get up to 60 here pretty quick. We just tap her over the 50% mark. She gets a little bit of power. It's fine. Gets to L2. No worries. And this fight's going pretty well. I'm kind of redlining it. I think I'm gonna throw a special 3 here soon with max rock stacks and understun. Nope, just max rock stacks. I should come out unblockable and unstoppable. Yeah, this domino's going down, but I've already taken 25% health. That's from just a few block damage stuff going, but most of it's crit fail. Now we're at max furies, fully unblockable, just kind of smashing into her in the corner. And then I think from here on out, now that I'm at max furies, I think I'm just gonna do the dash back counter evade. She's got that shallow hit where you can basically counter it every time. And yeah, we hit her off with the big L2, but we got crit failed. We had unlucky, it didn't crit. Thought it was gonna get bigger damage, but we ended up knocking her down. And we took like 30% health or something. Not too bad. My buddy Mirage Turtle ended up taking the cord with his Storm Pyramid X. Always does a great job. Now we got this Royal King Professor X. And basically, if you get hit with this Professor X on this node, it's going to hurt because it's got the extra 40% energy damage, and his hits are mostly all energy damage. Just really need to watch out for that falter. See, like right there, like, oh man, this was not the best war for me. It was very sloppy. I was boosted like normal, but man, health pots were used. And luckily this is probably my most successful season personally. And I actually had quite a bit still in the overflow, health pot wise. So wasn't the worst thing, but man, health pots, they can go fast when you're not playing well. And yeah, so we're just trying to, watch his falter counter, hit him with the big L2. I kind of prefer to push this guy to his L2. Both specials are easy to evade and get away from. His L2, you just pretty much have to get out of range, kind of dash in, trigger that falter, let him channel and all that crap. But Thing is such a good counter for EMP, and he smashes through that. So besides getting comboed to the face at the beginning of the fight, we take that guy down. That was node 24 EMP, burden of my enhanced energy damage. So next up we got a Medusa. This Medusa is on the Vigor Indomitable node, and there's nothing special going on here. Basically, I'm going to use Black Widow Clairvoyant, and I'm going to try to spam a lot of L2s in the bleed stance so that I can heal back up, because I got one more fight with Black Widow, and that's the Polka Dot Power mini boss with I think it's a rank 3 Annihilus, and she was the counter. Yeah, not too worried about the Vigor regen. Can nullify it, keep throwing L2s, get the buff immunity, and you're gonna see I pretty much heal all the way up in this fight. But yeah, I'm not concerned at all about the Vigor regen, because I can turn it off right like that. Turn off all the Furies. The only thing I really need to keep counter on is the Furies that she has. I mean, most of the time I'm going to be nullifying them, because I have the clairvoyant charges that I'm getting from when I have the buff immunity up. Yeah, so we're just about full health, and yeah, it's going well. Vigor was turned off on that last one from buff immunity. I think the timer's gonna get reapplied once I hit her under 25%. Yep, there it is. And I probably should have gone for like one more L2 there. I throw a whiff heavy to build up all my charges, and I think I remember this L3 with the max charges is going to kill her. Should, yep, it does. So probably could have got one more L2 and got all the way healed back up. I was like, that's enough health to deal with Annihilus. And then next up we have a Sentinel. This is pretty easy, straightforward, normal fight here for Thing. Thing is immune to nullify, therefore buffet is thrown out the window. So basically I do a lot of parry medium light mediums at the beginning, build up some indestructibles, parry a lot of the special at the end. That way, if I have to dance around a lot, I can consume a few of those destructibles and still be able to do full damage pretty much the whole fight. And I'm just kind of slowly building up the Furies, throwing L2 to convert even more of those rock stacks to Furies at 45 now. Just need to get 15 more and I'm basically at max damage. Thing with the Human Torch synergy, man, they're just a wrecking machine. I love using them in war. They're just fun to play. Very sustainable. We do have to fight well, but I mean, don't you always? And they're not, maybe Thing is maybe not the quickest, but it's just very simple and straightforward. And yeah, this guy is just kind of slowly going down. I thought when we were looking at this, I think this Gibbs Stub guy, we looked at his profile and we thought he had suicides and he probably added them after the fact, but I thought I was going to get lucky and be able to get a bunch of recoil damage on this fight, but must have turned them on just for attack, which is normal and expected, for some of the higher tier wars. I really don't ask any of my guys to swap masteries and stuff for defense and for attack, but whatever one does, it's all good. So we're just about done. Haven't taken too much damage, but yeah, we get that Sentinel down. My buddy Doomslug, I think he went in on that Iron Man Infinity War with Magneto, took care of him. Now we're going into the mini boss island. We got Man Thing on this Vigorous Assault, not Vigor, just Vigorous Assault, where they have a regen, they become fully unblockable. And so my whole plan here, this was a rank 3 Man-Thing, which is pretty cool. I wish I had a rank 3 Man-Thing. I think Man-Thing's got a lot to offer. But on defense, like for this node, Thing can wreck him every time. This guy does have Mystic Dispersion. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he gets about a third a bar per buff. So I think it's about 4 out of 5 is what his Mystic Dispersion is. So that can be really troublesome for a lot of attackers on this node. So with Thing, I'm trying to do a lot of short parry, medium combos to build up as many destructibles as I can in this first phase, the first 50% of the fight, because after he drops below 50%, every special that he throws, he will get a regen, and then he's going to be fully unblockable. So if I'm having to dance around a lot, I'm going to have to wait to like parry or heaven forbid get hit on purpose to get rid of that indestructible from Stubborn. Get clipped there, and now I'm like, oh crap, that unstoppable, when it fell off, it almost pushed me to L3. I'm like, I need to bait out a special, and I'm using up so many of my destructibles. Yeah, I probably should have healed for this fight as well, but I just felt so confident. I've done this fight so many times. But yeah, I should have healed just a little bit, because it does get a little bit sketchy towards the very end, and it's mainly because this guy's got such high Mystic Dispersion, and he's gone passive a little bit. I'm gonna let that regen fall off, then we're gonna hit him, and he's gonna shoot back up because he's got those Pustule debuffs that are feeding him power from Mystic Dispersion. I got the crit buff when it falls off. It feeds him extra power. So like this last part, I'm like, man, I did not build up enough destructibles to do this nice and clean. I do have my L3 ready and redline to go, but if I throw that with max stacks, I'm gonna be unblockable and unstoppable, which is not too bad to have. But if they fall off and he's at high power and you got a couple Pustule buffs on you and they fall off, he can get to like a special 3 really quick. So I do throw this off, hoping to get a ton of damage, and we do okay, 34k. But now I'm fully unblockable, so I just start smashing in on him. But I got 2 Pustiles plus those, boom, he shoots up quick. I'm like, oh crap, that Pustile is gonna fall off. And then watch the power bar, boom, almost gets to L3. He throws another special. He's got that regen up, and now I just triggered indestructible. So now I gotta wait this out because I used up all my destructibles. I'm gonna dex that. Now I gotta dance this out. He's gonna have some Pustile fall off, trigger Mystic Dispersion. That regen just keeps going and going and going. I'm like, man, I just have 10% health left. Come on. And so there, we can intercept, and we need a block. Come on, hit into my block. There we go. We go hammer into this guy, and we're gonna finish him off. Boom, with the big L2. 40 seconds left on the clock. Oof, that was a long fight. But it was a rank 3, and Thing does the work. Now this fight, oof, I'm pretty confident with fighting Annihilus. I threw on the Mystic boosters to help me keep on cycling L2s. So the plan here is to get to either a poison or incinerate phase, and I swiped and the AI went crazy. I dashed back, I got parried because I parried on my dash back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just terrible. We're trying to fight our way out of this corner, and then we die. All of those boosts, and I was so mad. I'm like, oh no, I can't believe that fight went just... It couldn't have gone like any worse. Well, I probably could have not hit him. So this was my assignment. I knew I could do it, and so I go and I put in a bunch of health pods. And look at that, I got one item left. Pretty much all my items went to Claire. I did so bad with Claire this war. So we'll go back in. We're boosted still. We're able to nullify his rod. And look, this is how it should have been done. Proper first go. I tried to keep him at L1s. Just because you can like fully evade it. I know you can fully evade the L2s, but I just don't have the timing on that. I don't want to have to block anything and get those, I can't remember what they're called, little hand slap icon buffs, where if you dash back, you trigger unstoppables. And man, this guy is not throwing his special one. I'm like, dude, come on. And we've been dancing around now, like, forever. And there, finally he gets it. Now I'm like, dude, you are so dead. And now he's throwing it. Okay, we got into incinerate hellfire stance. We get an incinerate on him, and when he's stunned, we are trying to do a parry when the stun timer is down, and do big heavies because you get extra damage while under the stun. He was stunned there for a bit. Big L2, get a bunch of power back. That's what the Mystic Boost is for. And we're just going to keep ending with mediums to trigger the Incinerate. Drop the stun timer. Boom, another big L2. And he's going to throw one more L1. And we're going to smash him again. End with a medium. Parry. Boom, hit him with another one. Those heavies do a decent amount of damage. Gotta back off that because I ended up blocking that, getting his armor breaks and whatnot on me. But look, I'm like at full health. Dex that L1, end with the medium. Boom, another big heavy. That was almost 9,000. Hit him with an L2 with the first part of it under the stun, and he's at 1%. And I just throw a L1 and kill him off. Now that's how it should have been done. That first fight, oh man, so bad. Had a buddy take care of the Spider-Gwen, had a Sorcerer Supreme up on the top, just gets knocked down, and we're going for the last boss kill of the season. So I've been assigned to 7 bosses so far this season. This is the 7th one. I've killed all 6, I've soloed all 6 that I've been assigned to, and we're going with Torch. And we had pretty much already won this war by this point. But I'm like, I am not going to give up a death again. I've already given up 2. 1 to the Killmonger and 1 to the Annihilus. And, I just wanted to solo this guy. So the whole idea is block. Make sure that Indestructible does not stay on for very long. Build up the smolders. Let those Nova Flames just burn this dude to the ground. He's starting to burn pretty good. 21 smolders. Holding on to my special. I'm doing pretty good with baiting out the heavies, but now he's like going pretty passive, because you can bait out the heavy and kind of do like a double dash back to get out of range without triggering the Indestructible, and he just doesn't want to throw the L3. I didn't put on an Indestructible invulnerability boost, but I did put on a special 3 boost, and that right there, it saved me. So he's like unblockable and unstoppable, all that stuff. Throw off my L3, get basically back like 20% health, which is good. Can't block that because he's fully unblockable, but now we got to block something to take off the Indestructibles. Block the very end of that. We get a nice little ineptitude debuff on us. That's going to be healing us, which is nice. But I'm like, dude, come on. come on, dude, throw your specials. He doesn't throw it. I'm just like, okay, I probably could have slowed it down a little bit, throw an L1. And I'm just like, whole block, don't throw your L3. And he dies. Get the solo. And yeah, that was pretty much as close as it gets. We did win the war. My battle group did pretty good. We had 5 deaths against OMNI. They had a pretty good defense, and 2 of the deaths were ours. We beat them. We ended up securing Platinum 1, number 10, and they ended up like Platinum 1, number 28 or something. So we didn't push them out, but it was good war to them. Congrats everybody on the season. I got a few more videos to upload from like war number 11, 10, and war number 1. But I'm getting there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.